So after leaving Ceduna, I thought I'd do the EYRE Peninsula. So I'm going down this peninsula, along the coast, down to Port Lincoln, and then up the other side to Port Augusta. This is the road from Smoky Bay. So I've just been to Smoky Bay, and this next beach is called Palubi Beach. It's beautiful. So the council allows caravans and campers along the beach there, $20 a night. No facilities except a toilet in the car park. Looks like a pub overlooking the water. Take the next left. Could be good. Yeah, Stricky Bay Hotel. Oh, Kathleen, that's where you said to go. Rude. Little fishing village of Port Kenny, and then on to Point Salmon. It's a bit wild and woolly, as usual. Countryside in between is mainly sheep and wheat, and it's pretty dry. But I camped up at a roadside stop right next to this working farm. Mind you, the sheep kept me awake all night. Coffin Bay. And Coffin Bay didn't disappoint, because it's well known for its oysters, and it's a great little seaside town. Lots to do, national park, coffee shops, it's beautiful. And I visited the oyster headquarters, and also you can buy oysters and seafood from vending machines. Who would have thought? industrial jetties over there. So it's the EYRE Peninsula, so it's a big industrial area for the EYRE Peninsula, but well known for its seafood, especially its tuna. And yeah, big industrial town really. Quite an old town, but has a lot of modern facilities these days. And the foreshore they're doing up at the moment, so there's lots of playgrounds and coffee shops as well. Hey, I've come down to the marina where the tuna vessels leave from, and spoken to a nice guy that works there, and so the industry brings in about 1.5 billion each year. A lot of overheads, of course, and there's quotas and regulations, so it's not easy, and it's hard work, but they're doing all right. And so it's not just tuna, it's like all sorts of tuna and abalone and prawns and pilchards, mussels, you name it. So it is a huge, big industry to the Australian economy, which is great. So we want these guys to make a bit of money. They have got strict quotas, so everything's really well regulated, and we want them to do well because it's good for our country. So good for them. He did say that they're having problems with getting young guys that are drug-free to work on the vessels. A long time ago you'd have to line up to get a job here, but these days it's hard to find people that are not on drugs, because it's a real safety issue for this industry. So yeah, and hats off to our immigration, because it was the immigrants that actually started all the fishing and tuna industry down here, and they've done really well. So hats off to them, and hats off to these workers that are in the industry now, because it can't be easy. So Port Lincoln, yep, big industrial town, lots of stuff happening down here with grains and all sorts of industries, you name it. So big industrial town, but the foreshore's quite pretty too. They're doing that up. So happy I called in here, and now I'm on my way out along the coast. So see you down the track. So I'm heading from Port Lincoln up the coast, and it's actually a nice drive because you're following the coastline all the way, so it's quite pretty. But there's a few caravan parks and rest areas, but I think it'd get too windy. It's sort of very open to the elements there, but anyway, it's a really nice drive if you're interested in coming this way. And we're also into grapes and wine territory, so South Australian wines. I might have to give them a try, eh? But there's still lots of wheat and sheep, so farmlands are pretty big all around South Australia as well. But nice to see some grapes and some wineries, so very interesting. Arno Bay. What do you know? It's a bit windy, hey? How unusual. Heading into another seaside town called Cowong. Water looks nice. Whoops. morning. I'm at Cow Beach or Cow Bay. This is the caravan park here. They very kindly gave me a spot up there away from the wind because the wind was howling yesterday. So I was sort of tucked away. It wasn't really a caravan site, but I was tucked away nice and cosy and safe. But I wanted to show you this. So that's a little alfresco area. The beach and jetty is just out there. It's a nice little caravan park. So you can come here and have your coffee or have a barbecue or meet with your mates. And then they've got this camp kitchen here. Pretty good really, like lots of tables and chairs. A piano, look at that. 4-burner stove. All the appliances, toasters, kettles, jugs, TV, and kitchen, more kettles, fridges, freezers. You can put anything there except bait. And I'll show you just next door. So over here in this area, it's like a fish cleaning area. It's bloody fantastic. So, you know, you can clean your fish and wash in the sink here with the hoses that come from the roof. And then they've got these crab pots. So the gas operates the heat. You put all your water in the pot, put your crabs in the pot, and you know, they can cook away in there and not be smelly in your own place. And then, of course, you empty the water and clean it out. And you just pay $2 for that service. But how cool is that? They said locals from town even come here and pay $2 and cook up their crabs. I've never seen that before, but I think it's a fantastic idea and they should have more of it. Freezer. And this freezer is for all your waste. So all your fish scraps, put them in the freezer, and the managers or owners of this caravan park will get rid of them. How cool is that? So yeah, Cal is a pretty nice little coastal village. I'll actually go into town now. I want to see if there's a bakery and a coffee shop, and but I want to take a few pics of the stone buildings, so and get a bit of a history and a feel for the place. So, and can I just add that these coastal and country towns in Australia, I mean, this is Australia, really. This is the essence of Australia. They make their little towns family friendly. They got all the parks and play equipment. They're doing more over this side with gardens and water features. But can I just say, they respect our diggers, male and female, that have sacrificed, you know, lost their lives, lost their limbs, lost their mental capacity, and they really respect that. So, you know, a lot of the people that fought the wars came from all these regional towns, and they did a great job. They were very courageous, and what did they do it for? They did it for freedom. They did it for us, the next generations, and hey, respect for them. So I'm always in admiration of those people that went before me and the towns that want to remember them. So yeah, rightly or wrongly, they made terrible sacrifices. The families as well, I'm talking about. So respect for them. Yes, we probably would do things different these days, but all the best intentions made life so much better for the next generations. And that's the Lions Park shed behind me. So when I'm now on that subject, what it means to be Australian, come to a country town, a coastal town, a regional centre, and you'll see how the community operates, how they have respect and behaviours, and that's what it's like to be Australian. So if you can't volunteer for Lions or someone like that, support them. Buy a raffle ticket, buy something that they've cooked, and that will help a lot of people on the ground. So that's my little sermon for the day, and so yeah, I'll support these communities and also the organisations that get money out there to the people that need it. And you know what? Travelling around is supporting these communities as well, so I'm doing my part. It's not just for me, it's for Australia, okay? So in this tiny little town, I've paid for accommodation, I've paid for fuel, I've paid for coffee, I've paid at the bakery, and that's what keeps these towns ticking along. So get out there, guys. This is EYRE. Sunday in EYRE. Hey there, I'm at the information centre at EYRE, and I wanted to find out about the steel industry here in town. There's a museum there, Marine Museum as well. So I'm taking a tour through the steelworks, so I'll be on that bus over there. It's only an hour and a half, and I'll find out a bit about the town and the history and the steel. It started off as shipyards in 1941, and they built about 66 ships there. The first was HMAS EYRE. So the shipyards closed down in the 70s, and about 4,000 people lost their jobs throughout the town. So the steelworks and the mining has been owned by BHP, One Steel, but it's now owned by GFG Alliance, and they keep expanding the steelworks. They make all local products and ship them overseas as well as in Australia. For example, they make columns and beams for the construction industry, but they also are the only place in Australia where they make steel for the railways.
Inside temperature about 1130 degrees. And there, that's, as I say, rail track. That is going to become. Okay.
And I took a drive out to Point Lowy to have a look at the lighthouse and also the beautiful beaches and coastline. Hi guys. Well, I've made it to Port Augusta and I've come up to the top of the water tower, or what formerly used to be a water tower. And it's getting late in the day, so I better decide what I'm doing, whether I'm staying in town. I'm trying to find a hairdresser. If I do, I'll stay. If I don't, I'll go. So I'll show you the view from here. So this is inside the water tower, previous water tower. It's pretty rusty too. 80 stairs to the bottom, quite rusty. Yeah, I'm right on the edge of the Flinders Ranges here. Tempting. Just behind the city. So that's where I camped up at Port Augusta. And guess what? I found a hairdresser. Happy birthday to me. Thanks for watching.